Hey there, guys. How are you? So I'm here with my good pal, Chris Stuckmann. How you doing?
We said that at the same time.
It's okay. And since it's January, this is where movies go to die. I figured I want to talk about some movies coming out this year that I want to see. And a few of these I know that you want to see. I'm going to surprise you. These are my most anticipated movies of 2017.
Yep, I do not know your picks.
You don't know them, but I think some of them you will like.
I'm sure there's a few that I know will probably be on the list.
You can accreditate me and back me up along the way.
Sure.
Yeah.
So do you want to know what my number one is?
I think we should just save it, but I think I do know.
I don't think you do. My number one most anticipated movie of the year is Hope Floats.
Yeah, it's a really good movie, Chris. All right, so let's just start off the list. By the way, I wrote it on my hefty Batman Patrick Bateman notebook here. I love it. All right, so topping off my list, I'm going to go with Christopher Nolan's upcoming movie, Dunkirk. I love war movies. I love Tom Hardy, Christopher Nolan. Even when he does wrong, it's still really good.
Yeah, I'm obviously super pumped for that one. Anything with his name on it, it's going to get me curious. And I'm curious if it's going to be R, because it looks like it'd be tough to not be R.
It looks brutal. It looks like soldiers are going to be blown to pieces. I hope it is R. I hope they go for it and they don't hold back.
Me too.
Dunkirk, it's going to be an awesome cinematic masterpiece. I hope in IMAX shots. It's Nolan. The next one, I think, he's right here.
Oh, yeah.
Deadpool 2.
Nice.
I know you love the first one. I love the first one.
Is that coming out in 2017?
No, it's not. So the next one is...
I thought you were going to point at Logan. Because Logan.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of Logan Wolverine, that comes out in March. That's another one of my most anticipated movies. Where's the little Weapon X character that you bought the other day?
He's downstairs. We're going to use him in our Origins
I
review.
know,
We're doing an Origins review, by the way.
Yeah, we're doing a Origins review. It's going to be painstaking.
Oh, God.
A lot of CGI Wolverine claws that look like they were made in 1993.
Oh, my God.
This looks like a independent Wolverine movie.
Yeah, I am really excited. See, I like the Wolverine a lot. I don't like the last 15 minutes. But everything up until then I was really on board with. I love the way Mangold directed that movie. So I'm glad he's coming back to do this. And I feel like if this is the last one, and it's going to be R, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be brutal, I feel like they are going to put forth their best effort to make it as good as it can be, because they know it's his last one he's going to do, unless he shoehorns into some random movie at some point.
They probably will. I really hope it's good. I hope that it's not underwhelming, though.
Me too.
I hope that you really get like that over the top Wolverine scene.
Yeah.
And I want to see. I finally want them to do it. They need to pull out their balls and stop being scared. All right, and up the testosterone levels. We need an awesome berserker attack from Wolverine in this movie.
I need him to slice up. I just need him to go to a guy and just go like, and the guy just falls apart, like, and he's just screaming and shit. Like,
bloody and badass.
I need real, and I need it to. I don't want it also. I don't want it to just be blood for blood's sake. I want it to be like, I want there to be reasons behind it. And I feel like I really think the Wolverine is an underrated film. The last 15 minutes, no, but everything up until then was really cool, and
up until it turned into a Transformers movie.
Yes.
Sayonara.
Okay, the next movie is directed by Denis Villeneuve. He directed Sicario, and he also directed Prisoners.
That poor guy. Nobody gets his name
right.
He
needs to change it. There's a reason. There's a reason actors have stage names. Nicolas Cage's last name isn't Cage. Okay.
Right.
There's a reason for this. Anyway, the upcoming movie Blade Runner 2049.
Hell yes.
Dude, Harrison Ford's coming back.
Yeah.
You have your man crush Ryan Gosling.
They're both my man crush.
You're right. Yeah.
The only thing that needs to is Tom Cruise comes in there, and then I would die.
You just explode with man juice all
over
the screen.
I would really die.
I love the way that it looks. I love the vibe of it, just from the trailers. Yes, I have that. I have all 19 different editions of Blade Runner.
I don't love Blade Runner. I want to do a video about it at some point. I don't love it.
I don't love it either, and I think that's fair, and I'm glad you said that, because I was too scared to.
No.
But I do like, the original was directed by Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
And the style and the vibe and that futuristic setting, I love all those things.
Me too.
The story gets a little bit messy in Blade Runner.
It does.
Yeah.
Ebert, his first review Ebert made of Blade Runner, he said something, he didn't love it.
Okay.
And then he went back and reviewed the director's cut in the 90s and said it was great. But he said in the end of that review, he said the most profound thing about Blade Runner. He said, if Blade Runner is so perfect, right, why does Ridley Scott keep messing with it?
It has problems.
Yes. Yeah. And so it's one of those flawed masterpieces where you love it. But I'm really hoping, like you said, 2049. Oh my God, it looks amazing. It just his visuals and Arrival and everything.
I think he's one of the directors right now who can do anything that he wants to, and it gives me hope that he picked Blade Runner to make. So
yeah, Roger Deakins is the cinematographer.
Yes, Roger Deakins.
My head's gonna explode.
He also did the cinematography on
Prisoners and Shawshank Redemption.
Yep, Shawshank. That's the one I was thinking of. So it's going to be a beautiful movie. By the way, speaking of Blade Runner, the original one from the early 1980s, there's a scene where like someone goes to a wall and there's like a wall-mounted TV where you can talk to people. Mm-hmm. It's just like, like they couldn't even predict that we would have this.
Yeah.
Isn't that? Does anyone else get scared, or is it just me? Like, just technology scares me. Please stop. We're done. Okay, the next movie on my most anticipated movies of 2017, and there's only one reason I'm putting this in here. Okay, it's Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
And the reason I'm putting that in there is because there's a lot of rumors floating around that they're going to have a sequence relating to Planet Hulk.
Right.
Essentially, the Incredible Hulk turns into Gladiator Maximus Decimus mode and kicks a lot of ass on another planet.
Yeah, I have the comic arc of that downstairs. The that and then World War Hulk I have as well. And they had his armor on display at cons and everything. And yes, and I that would be amazing. Now, I also am excited about the director. I don't even try. It's like Takiki Wahiti or something. I can't say it. But he did What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People, which I really liked. So, and he's really funny. He's good with humor, and I'm really curious to see how he handles this. And I'm excited too. I feel like it might be like our first. I hope it could be our first great Thor movie.
Yeah, I don't love any of the Thor movies.
Me neither.
I think they're the most disposable Marvel movies.
Yeah, they're not the greatest.
They're not the greatest. And the first one, it was nothing but Dutch angles.
Oh God, don't remind me.
I
had a headache just thinking about it.
Oh, what a mess.
Let's look at everything like this. Like, I mean, it was like Battlefield Earth.
And just put Natalie Portman in there for another title on the poster. Okay, a few more I want to get out of the way real quickly. I have Spider-Man Homecoming.
Sure, yeah.
Is it so much to ask to have a good Spider-Man movie? We've been waiting since...
Been a while.
What, 2004?
Yeah, I can watch parts of Spider-Man 3, but it's not a good movie. It's not. And then Amazing Spider-Man, I think, is awful, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is even worse. So, yeah, I Spider-Man was my guy, like, growing up. It was Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Those are my three. That was my trifecta of superhero.
Okay. And
so... I need a good Spider-Man movie, and I love Tom Holland what he did in Civil War. He was very much so what Spider-Man should be, and I want it to be. I want his suit to look like a suit, not a CG suit.
It does in some scenes.
It does look like a suit.
I liked it. It looks like he's actually wearing spandex to some extent. My only problem with this movie is watching the trailer, and just based on the trailer, I hope there's more depth and substance to the movie. It just really looks like Spider-Man and the bad guy, the Vulture, and they do stuff, and then the movie ends.
I really hope it's not. I really hope it's not just like the safe, fun route.
I feel like it might be, but as long as Spider-Man's good and Michael Keaton is not just a generic villain for the sake of being a bad guy.
Right.
I mean, you have Batman coming to play Vulture.
Yeah.
Do something with that.
Yeah. And Birdman.
The next one is coming off the heels of Prometheus.
Okay. Oh, yes.
We wanted a sequel.
Yes.
Now we're getting Alien Covenant. I feel like they're going to have little glimmers of the past that happened in Prometheus. And I love Prometheus to a certain extent. Like, I love the first 25 minutes of Prometheus.
Okay.
I like the concept, not the execution.
Okay.
I'm a little disappointed that we just have to have another Aliens movie.
You wanted more Prometheus?
I wanted the engineers. I wanted the space jockeys. I wanted their civilization. I wanted to go into space with little David's decapitated robot head and do things. I wanted to go into the galaxy. I
feel like it'll be a hybrid, the hybrid between the two. Because I didn't love the trailer. I didn't love it.
Okay.
But at the same time, I think it was sloppy. I think it was a sloppily edited trailer.
It was a little
just like,
messy.
Hey, aliens, a thing. Remember? Yeah. Here's a trailer. I feel like the movie itself will probably be better than that. Because I mean, Ridley Scott and sci-fi. Say what you want about Prometheus. That is a really well directed movie. It looks incredible.
Visuals are phenomenal, but just some
script. At times, I still really like it a lot. I think it's underrated, but
I always just think of the scene of the two scientists who were brought onto the ship.
Remind me.
They were handpicked to go
Don't remind me.
light years into the future to discover alien races, and you pick two guys who go, oh, what is that little thing down there? Oh, hey, cute little guy, and it just spits acid in their face.
Worst scene in the movie.
They're scientists. They're here to discover new life. That's how they treat it.
When you remind me of that scene, it makes me regret liking that movie. And I love it. I really do love that movie. That scene I fucking hate. I hate that scene so much.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like you have this intelligent concept and you just bog it down with stupid shit.
Yeah.
Okay, the next movie, and I'm just gonna assume, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
The next movie, it is probably your most anticipated movie. The next one is Star Wars Episode 8.
Yeah, it just might be.
Was I right?
Yes.
You want to see what Rey and Finn do? Do they finally kiss? Does Luke talk, or does he just hold his hand out like this for 9 more minutes? We don't know.
I don't know. I can't wait. I love The Force Awakens. I just rewatched it the other day before you came. I watched it again in 3D at home.
You showed it to me.
Yeah, I showed him scenes in 3D.
This guy has an awesome TV, and he's like, let me demo it with Star Wars The Force Awakens in 3D. And I'm not a fan of home 3D, but I just might be now.
It looked incredible.
It did.
I love that movie, so I can't wait to see where these characters go. That's right. In Star Wars, I need great characters, and I really like the characters in Force Awakens, so I'm excited to see what else they can do with it.
Are you kind of happy that JJ is not directing this one?
Yeah, I would like to see what someone else does with... I like the idea of kind of trading directors around, because it gives each filmmaker like an opportunity to feel fresh and revitalized. This is like every filmmaker who comes on is like, oh my god, I get to make a Star Wars movie. If Abrams was making a second one, he'd be like, oh my god, I get to make another Star Wars movie. But you bring in a new director and they're excited about it, they're fresh. So I like that idea. Yeah.
The other thing I like is with Star Wars Episode 7, they had to play it safe. They had to re-energize this franchise and get everyone back on board to love it. And now that they've already done that, they can take a risk or two. They can go a different direction. All right, now it's time for my number 1 most anticipated movie.
I cannot. Yep.
I'm very enthusiastic about this, Chris.
I know what it is.
You have no clue what it is.
I guarantee I know.
You don't know what it is.
Okay, I'd be surprised if it's not what I think it is.
You know what it is. It's the Justice League.
Yes. Okay. I was like, what is he gonna say? Like,
I'm not even proud to say it. The only reason I say that is it has Batman in it.
Look, I'm still excited for it. I am.
Yeah.
I didn't like Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad. I want to see Wonder Woman. I want to see Justice League. I really do. I'm pulling for Zack Snyder. I am. But if this one, no. After that, I'm done. This is my last. 3 strikes, you're out.
As excited as I am, I'm also terrified at the same time. Because, like you just said, I want this to be the best movie ever made, dealing with comic books or Batman. I really hope it is.
Yeah. He's my favorite comic book character, Batman.
Yeah.
Number 1.
If you have Batman, it's like you have the ultimate character that you need. All you have to do is write a decent movie.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't reintroduce Doomsday and Lex Luthor's not in the movie again, and just cut all of that baloney out and just give us a good movie.
Yeah, give it to me. I need it now.
I want to take that Batman and I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
the ears facing that way.
I'm ready.
So, Chris, do you have any random movies on your most anticipated?
Guardians 2, I'm pumped for.
I agree.
Guardians 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the first one. I really do. And I can't wait to see what James Gunn does with it. And the characters are great that they've set up.
I love Drax.
Yeah, it's a great world. Drax is amazing. Rocket Raccoon's amazing. All the characters are great. I can't wait to see what else they do with that world. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I like the trailer. It's just, they are pulling the cutesy Baby Groot thing a little too much for me.
They are?
In my opinion, it's like, ooh, Baby Groot. It's like you just want to sell more plush toys.
I can see that.
All right, guys, so those are my most anticipated movies of 2017. And here's my question, you guys. Let me know down below. What are some of your most anticipated movies of 2017? And also, I think I almost want to make a video coming up, my least anticipated movies.
Yeah,
that might be depressing.
Just like, here's what I can't wait to not see.
Yeah, here's Max Steel 2. So anyway, guys, like I said, check out Chris Stuckmann's channel. I'll put the link down below. Thank you for joining me.
You just said Max Steel 2 and the life went out of me.
You died inside.
I actually died. This is just my ghost talking.
Alright, guys, so thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. That way I can see you next time.